All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? This is going to be a look at Jeff Stacy. Now, there's not much debate about Jeff Stacy in the TCAP community. He's in everybody's top five at the least, and he's probably in most people's top three. He's just an overall legend, beloved by all. And so I figure, it's been. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. I usually don't record these during the week, but you guys have been. This community's great. The TCAP community is always great. The video that I'm taking this footage from, one of the great To Catch a Predator YouTubers, Dr. Julian, has been one of the best over the years. And just look at these comments. These TCAP community is always hilarious no matter what. Jeff is not cute. He is not built good. This guy sounds like Mickey Mouse with a decade-long smoking addiction. I mean, there are so many of these now. This comment section is full of humor, and I love this community so much. So I'm going to try to get more of these out. I do these because I like doing them. It turns out there are some people that like watching them. So, which is cool. So let's do some more of these, I think. I'm going to try to get more of these out. And so I think to kind of keep that theme of keep the good times rolling theme going, we're going to take a look at Jeff Stacy, just a top of one of the biggest legends in the TCAP community. I mean, I wonder how if he knows deep in the back of his head in Lebanon, Ohio, he knows how many lives he's made better. It's rough. You're Jeff Stacy, you're a sex offender. Well, he's not a sex offender anymore, technically. He's off the registry now. But this was the darkest moment of your life, but it brought so much joy to other people around the world, I guess. He's just, I hope in some kind of neuron in the back of his head somewhere, he realizes that he's made a lot of people's lives better. It's a little fucked up. I'm not saying that he's thinking that all the time, but I would personally like to say a thank you to Jeff Stacy, because I know that I've laughed at this. I've watched this so many fucking times, and I laugh at it every single time. So let's get into it here.
What am I asking for?
What am I asking for? Did you hear that? The decoy asked a question right there. I'd say Pontiac, not a Grand Prix, the other one. It's a piece of shit, but a pretty nice, okay car for the time. It's not a Grand Prix. I forgot the other one off the top of my head. There he comes, though. The legend, the man,
You
the
there?
myth, the legend.
I'm gonna go up and get ready, okay? Wait
Okay.
at the bar for 5 minutes and then follow me up, okay?
Okay. So there is a little bit of debate within the TCAP community about what would Jeff Stacy have actually done, right? Because he's fucking ugly. First of all, that's the first mark against him. The easy answer is the 13-year-old girl would come out, see what he looked like, and tell him to leave. Right? That's the easy answer, right? But just the way he comes into the house, he is a bit of a beta. You can just tell just from those first initial, okay. He just doesn't sound very confident. I think when he says in his interrogation I think he says it to Chris, actually. Maybe a kiss or two, but probably wouldn't have gone further. When he says that, I kind of believe him. I don't think Jeff Stacy has the stomach to do something like this. I believe he's a virgin at this point in his life. I just don't think he would have the stomach to go through with it. Especially because I have a feeling the 13-year-old girl would especially see him and just tell him to leave. But he's coming off right away as a guy very lacking in confidence. He's very probably is very self-conscious about his appearance, his voice. I mean, so it's a little bit, you don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. There are people that feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. But he's goofy. He's a goofy guy. He's a goofy predator, and he comes in here and it's just like he doesn't have the personality to make up for his bad appearance. He doesn't have that. So that's already 2 strikes against him. 3rd strike against him, he sounds like Mickey Mouse. So fuck it, he's fucked.
Do me a favor and I'll just have a seat right over there on the other side of the bar.
I love that. When as soon as Chris Hansen comes, he's about to take off his coat. Chris Hansen pops back and he puts the coat back on. Oh shit! Yeah, take a deep seat there, Jeff. You're in a load of shit right now.
How's it going?
Fine.
Place to park okay?
Man, I would love to know what Chris Hansen was thinking the first time he heard Jeff Stacy's voice. He doesn't skip a beat, But I mean, if I heard somebody like, I'd have to pause for like a second to be like, wait, is this what? This is not the guy who's actually talking. But yeah, Chris Hansen doesn't miss a beat. I guess he's just so concerned about saving the children. Just like he's concerned about taking your money on HansenvsPredators.com. Which now redirects to the Vincent Nicatra law firm form. Not his law firm, his family's. Like, I guess someone in his family runs it. I don't fucking know.
What's your plan for tonight?
Nothing really.
Nothing really.
Who'd you come here to meet?
Some girl.
Some girl whose name is what? You can't even remember her name.
It's Amanda, I believe.
Amanda? Sadie, maybe?
Oh, it was Amanda.
Yeah. And how old is this girl you came here to meet?
I believe she's 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
And what made you think she was 18?
Because I thought she said she was 18.
You want to try again?
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
That's not
And there's been so many parodies of Jeff Stacy over the years that you hear it in the chat, you hear it in the context of the actual entire confrontation. It feels kind of out of place. I'm not going to lie. So, but there's been a lot of great parodies. I definitely recommend, if you're new to this TCAP shit, start with the parodies of Jeff Stacy. There are so many great ones. There are so many great ones out there. I actually just discovered one recently about him wanting to just be shot, and it actually happens. Pretty funny. I think that was by Arrested Development. Shout out to him.
told you, is it?
I don't know.
Well, you can say that,
Okay.
but I have the transcript of the conversation.
Okay.
And right up top, she says she's 15.
What was that beeping? Did you hear that
Okay.
beeping?
How old are you?
21.
21.
21. So he lies about his age. Yeah, he's not fucking 21. And I think he actually lies to the police about it also when he's first getting arrested. I believe he lies to the police. Which I don't know why. At that point, why the fuck are you still lying? But Jeff Stacy, he's kind of not smart. I don't think he's being smart, but he's giving he gives a lot of generic answers. And when he's pressed by the police during his interrogation, which I do plan to do a commentary of. At some point, I would like to do a commentary of Jeff Stacy's interrogation, because it is one of the best. I would like, he gives a lot of generic answers that, they can't, he doesn't crack. He doesn't really crack until he finds out that he's going to jail. And then he goes into typical emo MySpace teenager mode where he's wants to kill himself, right? But, yeah, he does pretty well against Chris Hansen, as opposed to some of the other guys who just break down. Oh God, no! Like that. He breaks down. He doesn't break. He doesn't crack. And that I don't know. Maybe I don't know how he managed to do that. Because if I had as little self confidence and like that as Jeff Stacy did, oh my God, I would burst.
And why did you think it was appropriate or legal to come here to meet a 15-year-old girl home alone?
I don't know.
I
You
don't know.
No,
You gotta have a better answer.
I didn't think she was 15.
I didn't think she was 15.
But that's not what it says here in the transcript of the chat. I read the whole thing, so you might as well just tell me.
I don't know. I really don't know.
And so now Jeff Stacy's getting a little bit more nervous. So his Mickey Mouse voice is starting to come out a little bit more. At first it was just like, fine. Now it's, fine, I don't know.
Oh, she was 18.
What's that say right there?
15.
15. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
But Jeff's excuse is going to be that he doesn't read those, and which is pretty funny. Oh yeah, I read the whole chat, but I just glanced over the first part where it said your age. You know, when I typed in ASL, that was just a formality. I wasn't really paying attention to any of that. It doesn't mean anything to me.
I don't remember.
You don't. Isn't that a little convenient that all of a sudden you're sitting here talking to me and you don't remember?
No, it happened probably last night.
Whole 24 hours ago.
Yeah, check my car. I don't. Yeah, so Jeff Stacy's now saying, "Oh yeah, I have a bad memory. I can't remember something that happened 24 hours ago," which is ridiculous. But is that a better excuse than saying, "Oh, I just came here looking for work and stuff. I'm here to meet John Pedersen. I'm here to fucking somebody was on my computer." I guess it is. I guess if we're gonna give credit, we'll give credit for Jeff Stacy for not being so fucking stupid, but instead just being more than a little bit more, a little bit less stupid, I guess. By saying, I don't remember.
Oh,
A lifetime. Where did you come from tonight?
Lebanon,
I'm
Lebanon.
sorry.
Lebanon,
Lebanon.
Say it again.
Lebanon,
Lebanon.
Cincy.
Chancy.
Cincinnati.
So he's saying Lebanon, and I don't fucking know why it doesn't sound like he's saying Lebanon. It sounds like he's saying Lebanon. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why he can't get his words out there, but it sounds like he's saying Lebanon. It doesn't sound like he's saying Lebanon.
Say it again.
Lebanon,
And where's that?
Lebanon. I don't know if maybe he has a cold and he can't get his words out the right way. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I'm not sure. Lebanon, Ohio. Let's take a look at Lebanon. How the fuck do you even spell that? Lebanon. I'm not good at spelling. Sometimes. Lebanon, Ohio. Warren. So it is in Warren County, the same place where the sting was taking place. Lebanon, Ohio. It's close by the Cincy. Oh yeah, it's basically right in Cincy. In Cincy, right on the Kentucky border. I wonder, do they have a Wikipedia page for Lebanon, Ohio? They do. Do they have a famous people? Notable people. Where's Jeff Stacy? Come on. Not there. Oh, we're gonna have to do something to change that. Fucking hell. Jeff Stacy doesn't make this? Hang on, let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything. Stacy. No. Alright. Disappointed yet again.
Cincy.
In Cincinnati.
Can this shit go? What the fuck is
How far
taking
did
this
you
so
go?
long? What is happening?
An hour.
An hour. And what's your name?
Jeff,
Jeff, what's your last name?
Stacy,
Stacy. And what do you do
Jeffrey
for-
Douglas
work at a
Stacy.
deli.
Yeah.
Jeff, what's your last name?
Stacy,
Stacy. And what do you do for a living, Jeff?
work at a deli.
You work at a deli.
Work at a deli. So, during his interrogation, he will mention that he has a 2-year technical degree. He went to technical school, not college, technical school. And it's a bit weird how he went to a technical school where there should be plenty of jobs in that field. In whatever, it doesn't matter what field. There are jobs for those technical vocational schools like that. Those plenty of jobs in that area. It's fine if you do that. I don't give a shit. But how does he go from technical school, vocational school, to working at a deli? Yeah, it seems like something must have happened to get him to line up at work at a deli. But that's another thing that I'm saying. Like, Jeff Stacy, this might have been the best thing, was him ending up on TCAP. Best case scenario, without To Catch a Predator. He's like the general manager, not the general manager. They would never promote him the general manager. He'd be like assistant manager of that deli. That's the best he could do prior to TCAP, right? Best case scenario, right? And he stays there for his entire life. Assistant manager at Lebanon Deli. But now with TCAP, he's a lot more famous. There would not be an avenue for Jeff Stacy to get famous without TCAP. So it might have worked out okay for him in the end. He was lucky that he was caught in Ohio rather than somewhere like Georgia or even just a little bit south in Kentucky. A little bit fortunate that he was caught where he was caught. That it doesn't. He was an RSO. He's not anymore. He did 60 days in jail. Fucking slap on the wrist. And he got to unintentionally entertain millions of people. You know, Lauren Armstrong has a whole religion devoted to him, but Jeff Stacy has just done nothing but bring positivity to people's lives. And that's why I think he gets a lot of love. But, you know, TCAP, I mean, I'm joking about TCAP being the best thing that ever happened to him, because it definitely wasn't. But in a sense, it was, because he's relevant, at least. He got himself to be relevant, but not for the right reasons. But still, the best case scenario for him, pre-TCAP, he's fucking assistant manager at Lebanon Deli. That's it. Now at least he's a little bit more famous, and he's off the RSO. Now he's living his fucking life. Like, who cares? Like, it's fine. It all worked out in the end. He's not Lauren Armstrong, is what I'm trying to say.
And you often chat with underage girls online?
Oh,
One second,
No.
I just want to check.
So this is your first
check
time?
How much time we got? Okay.
You know, I hear that a lot.
I would say, yeah, you probably do.
What is wrong with this shit?
This is what?
This is the first.
Why is it taking so long to fucking go here? What the hell?
Yeah, you probably do, but this is.
This is what?
This is the first time I've ever met anybody offline.
Now, it seems like you're having some memory trouble tonight, so I'm going to remind you of some of the things you said in the conversation.
That's a good
You
zinger.
asked her-
That's a good zinger from Chris Hansen right there. Seems like you're having some memory issues tonight, so I'm going to remind you about what you said here.
if she's a virgin.
I ask everybody all kinds of stuff. It's just talk.
It's just
You
talk.
sleep naked.
What's wrong with what? Asking questions.
So now we get to the meat and bones of this shit here, where Jeff Stacy will give line after line after line of great shit right here. I find myself quoting Jeff Stacy all the time. It's just I don't do it in his voice because that'd be fucking insane. But I do end up saying, "What's wrong with asking questions?" It's a question. I say that all the fucking time. It's not good.
Well, some of the questions are pretty graphic. You gonna be naked when I show up?
It shrugs his. Hang on one sec. Just all he can give is a shrug of his hands, like, oh my god. Oh, it's just his mannerisms too are just great.
Legs spread, and I will blank you right away.
Okay. So I said,
And so you can tell he's a bit inexperienced just by the chat log and what he's saying that he wants to do. Like, he's just it kind of seems like he's just repeating things that he's might have heard in pornography or whatever from the movies. It seems like he's just kind of saying what he thinks he needs to say. I don't think someone who's more sexually experienced would say something like that or say things like this. And you see this in a lot of Predators chat logs where they they fucking all they do is talk about sex. Now, part of that might just be it's the fucking you're in a chat room with a 13-year-old. You don't have much in common, yeah, you know. But at the same time, it's a lot of these predators appear to be very inexperienced, and so I feel like that's why a lot of the sexual talk comes out, because it's like, yeah, I finally get to try this out, yeah. Like, but no, you shouldn't be doing that either way. But whatever.
That stuff.
Then you say, "Oh, you're not a cop, are you?" Why did you ask if she was a cop?
Because I had people who were drug friends, and they said that if you ask that they have to tell you.
You have people who are what?
I used to have friends that were druggies, and that's what they said.
Druggies. So the druggies told you that if you ask on the internet at the police, they have to tell you. So that's what you did. And why were you...
Oh my god, that's great. That is great. A great fucking line right there. Oh my god. I used to have friends that were druggies, and that's what they said. Oh my god. That is great. That is one of the best lines. And now that opens up a whole new set of questions. Why the fuck does Jeff Stacy have druggy friends? I want to know what those gatherings were like, you know? Where they just like sitting around a campfire, you know, smoking a little marijuana and fucking cracking jokes or what? Jeff Stacy doesn't seem like a guy who has friends. That's why it might be a lie, because again, going back to my previous tangent that I just went on about how he's saying things that he just heard in the movies and whatnot. That might just be him fucking trying to connect dots in his head, you know. Oh man, I asked why she's a cop. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember watching that one movie that one time where it's like, oh well, if you're a cop, you have to tell me. But that's not how it fucking works. First of all, you're not talking, and you can't even use that as a defense, because he's not talking to police. He's talking to perverted justice who are not police officers. That's why they were able to reel a bunch of guys in. So, yeah, Jeff, you're out of luck. You're out of luck right there. So, you can't save yourself. And even if that was true, you can't even save yourself here. So,
Worried that it might have been a police officer.
I ask everybody.
and then he does that ignorant fucking shit again, where he's like, I ask everybody all sorts of things. Like, why? No, it's obviously a lie. You're not going to go around asking somebody you just met on the internet, are you a cop? Oh, I ask everybody. No, you don't do that. Of course you don't do that. But Jeff Stacy, I guess that's a bit better than just the hand shrug, like, that he did before. So, I don't fucking know. He doesn't have many good excuses, but it's a bit they are comical, I will say that.
Just out of habit?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Well, doesn't that indicate that you're worried that if it was a police officer, you could get in trouble for what you were doing?
No, because I ask that to everybody.
To everybody. So you spend your time on the internet at night asking people whether or not they're cops, whether or not they sleep naked, whether or not you can perform sex acts. You do this all the time.
It's talking.
It's talking!
Yeah, but the difference tonight, Jeff, is that you went from talking to showing up at this house where you thought a teenage girl was home alone. An underage girl.
I didn't know.
You didn't know what?
She was underage.
Yeah, so Jeff Stacy is like a little kid who just got caught doing something bad, where he's just like, oh, I didn't know. I really didn't know. She's 15. He's like a little kid who just got caught, and he has no excuse, because he knows that he's fucking wrong. So he's just gonna try. He's just gonna try I didn't know. He's gonna try to the sympathy fucking, let me try to try whatever sticks is basically Jeff Stacy's strategy. I'm going to stop it here. Part 2 coming up. All right, part 2 of Jeff Stacy. We're about halfway done, so let's keep it going.
Do the exercise again where we talk about what age is right here in the chat?
No, because I don't remember.
That's right, Jeff Stacy. We just got done saying Jeff Stacy saying, "Oh, I ask everybody if they're a cop. Everybody. I spend my time on the internet asking if they sleep naked too."
You don't remember.
I don't remember seeing the age.
Then why were you so worried about whether or not this was a police setup?
Because I asked that to everyone.
You ask her if she's horny.
What's wrong with that?
If you ask if she does anal.
It's a question.
I know what you ask.
Oh, there it is. There's the big line. There you go. You can turn the video off now if you'd like. Oh shit, Jeff Stacy. What's wrong with that? It's a question. Oh man, that's fucking great. And it's true because it is just a question. But it doesn't matter that it's just a question when you're asking it to someone who is 15 years old. And there is a bit of that kind of moral gray line stuff. He talked to a girl decoy who was 15 years old, and I believe the age of consent in the state of Ohio is 16. So he kind of got screwed a little bit. Perhaps he's not going after a 12, but that's another thing. Why would they even pose as 15-year-olds? You got plenty of guys when you were 13 and 12 and all that shit. Why were they even posing as 15-year-olds in the first place? Like, I don't think would Jeff Stacy have made a big distinction between 15 and 13. I don't think he would have. He's a fucking moron who just wanted to get his dick wet no matter what. He probably got sick of fucking like grapefruits and shit like that, right? So he just wanted to have an actual female. So I'm not sure if PJ had to go with 15 at all. I know a lot of guys in the Georgia sting came to see 15-year-olds, and they got the worst of the worst in terms of sentencing. 7 years a lot of them got, but I don't think they all served 7 years. But you get my point. And if that was the case, I mean, you're going to meet a 15-year-old, age of consent is 16 supposedly. So, but who knows? I'm not a lawyer, even though I'm into academics. I'm not a lawyer. I don't make the fucking laws. Jeff Stacy was wrong. He deserved what he got. So I'm not justifying it, but I'm just saying it's a little bit of a gray area, and I can see the point that people try to make when they say that. But fuck it, it's a question.
My question is something to identify themselves as an underage girl, and in this state, depending on the circumstances, that is against the law. Do you get that?
It's against the law to say it on there.
It's against the law to solicit an underage girl for sex. Yes.
That's not what if that's what it was, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
He also said that
Now, it's ridiculous because Jeff Stacy's like, oh yeah, the chat is chat, but showing up is showing up. So that's where you got fucked. I mean, the chat log could be enough to convict you, but you wouldn't face the same consequences that you would when you showed up. And so if you want to claim that it's just talking, you can't show up then, because then it ceases to become just talking. All right, here we go.
this picture of yourself,
Yes, I know.
that's you. And then you sent these pictures too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who are they? What's all that?
just phony pictures.
Just phony pictures. Well, how come you cut the heads off?
I didn't. I just found them that way.
And you were trying to make believe that was you, or what was the
Yeah.
purpose of that?
I don't know. It's just talk. If I'm not really ever, I mean, it's nothing.
Doesn't seem to fit.
I could listen to Jeff Stacy talk for hours, man. I mean, it would maybe would get annoying after a while, but just like I'm probably getting annoying after a while. But yes, it's the big question is about whether Jeff Stacy, why he sent phony pictures, as Chris Hansen said, phony pictures of like bodybuilders with the heads cut off. And well, I mean, it's kind of obvious why he did it. He did it because, hey, I'm Jeff Stacy. I look like this. But then he's like, shit, I'm actually going to go meet up with this person. So let me go send an actual picture of myself. And that picture is fucking horrifying. That picture is fucking horrifying. Shit. How do I type? Single TX guy. That's another thing. Why the fuck is his screen name Single TX guy? But this picture is fucking horrifying right here. Look at that. Ugh. Let me make it bigger so you can get the intended effect right here. What the fuck is that? Why would you take that picture and then send it to somebody? Oh my god, I'm gonna get fucking nightmares. How do I zoom out? Jesus Christ. Alright. Fucking continue. Why is it taking so long? Here we go.
I know it doesn't.
So what were you trying to do with all this?
Nothing.
And again, it makes me think, every time I hear one of the lines that are in so many of those Jeff Stacy parodies, it makes me laugh. Nothing! The His Cranston song, another great TCAPper who contributed so much to the TCAP community, made a parody song about Jeff Stacy. It's a Question by His Cranston. And that line shows up. It has its own little moment in the song. It repeated a few times. It's fucking hilarious. I love it. It gets stuck in my head sometimes, too. I'll be like at work, and all of a sudden I'm saying, I don't remember seeing the age. Nothing. It's like, oh, fuck. This shit pops up at the worst fucking time.
What were you going to do if you had showed up here and a girl was here and I was not? What would have happened?
Probably a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
Maybe a kiss or two, but probably wouldn't go farther.
And it does support. I think Jeff Stacy even knows that he's a pussy and a bitch. He wouldn't do anything. I really don't think. I don't know. I can't see him forcing himself on somebody because honestly, the decoy could just run away. And Jeff Stacy's, unless he might have, quote unquote, retard strength, if you want to think of it like that. Where it's kind of like, whoa, all of a sudden he gets that vice grip on you. He could be one of those situations. I don't fucking know, but yeah, I'm not saying that to offend anybody, but whatever. Do I have to explain my fucking self? Come on.
Did you bring condoms with you tonight?
No, didn't plan on it. Didn't plan on doing that.
Did you bring alcohol in your car?
No.
You're sure?
Yeah. Yeah, check my car. I don't care. There's no alcohol in my car.
But after all...
I'm fucking insane. We all know that. I recite that line to myself when I'm driving, like in my car, going on like a less than 5 minute drive to the gym or whatever. I will not turn the radio on, but instead I'll recite TCAP lines. So that is one that I quote a lot. yeah, check my car. I don't care. There's no alcohol in my car. I do that one a lot. So it's always funny when I actually hear it.
All this sex talk,
It's just talk to me.
all this graphic chat, you expect us to believe that you had no plan
Nope, I didn't.
of having sex with this woman?
No, really, I didn't. Didn't bring alcohol. I didn't bring drugs. I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, but what you're saying now
Upstanding citizen. Didn't bring drugs, didn't bring alcohol. He was just gonna fuck her. That's it.
conflicts with what you said online.
It's online, though.
So you just made it all up. All play, all chat. Mm-hmm. The difference is, Jeff, you showed up.
I didn't know it was wrong to show
And
up.
that shows intent to follow up on what you talked about over the internet.
I didn't know that was... I wasn't intending to do it. It's just talk to me.
Just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do this all the time on the internet?
Sometimes, yeah.
Are you addicted to the internet?
No,
How often do you talk on it?
I don't know. Every day, maybe.
Every day.
And that's a bit odd because nowadays, if you ask that question, are you addicted to the internet? I know I'm addicted to the fucking internet. I'm on that shit. I'm on this every single day. There's not a day where I'm not on the internet. So does that make me an addict? Maybe by that definition, probably. I don't think I would. I don't know. I could last a day, probably, maybe a couple of days without internet. I mean, when the power goes out, I lost power. William Rowell. I lost power. When the power goes out, sometimes you don't have access to the internet. So I know I've done it in the past where the power has gone out for like a week and I've managed to live still, but we need the internet today is much more involved, I guess, than it was back when this was made, 2006. So it's kind of changed a little bit. If you were to say today, oh, how many hours do you spend on the internet? I don't know, maybe 1 or 2. You would be like the only person to do that. It just shows how far this kind of stuff has gone. It just in a short amount of time, like 10 plus years.
It's just talking.
And again, it's just talking.
I don't see the internet and real life are two different things. What says on the internet doesn't mean that's what I really think.
And he still doesn't get it, though. That, hey, it doesn't matter what you said online. You could have just said, hey, how are you? How you doing? But then when you show up anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter what you just said on the internet. Because showing up doesn't mean anything. The chat log is damning enough, really. But at the same time, showing up is what really fucked you over here. So you can't just say, oh, the internet and real life are two different things, because they are different things, but when you combine the fucking two, then you got a problem.
Well, that would be easier to believe, Jeff, if you didn't show up here tonight, where you thought a young girl was home alone.
No, I really didn't. Well, I knew she was alone.
Why would you be here?
I mean, I knew she was alone, but
That didn't
mean much to me.
You're an adult. She's a child.
Okay.
There are laws protecting children.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you get why teen girls at a certain age cannot give consent legally?
Yes.
Okay. So you understand why there's a problem?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think should happen to you?
I really don't know.
Why don't you help me out here?
I mean, I'm sorry if all this happened. I'm sorry all this. It's really a misunderstanding. I really did not intend on anything.
Oh, it's just really, I don't know why. Also, that never was funny to me in the past, but now I find that pretty funny.
Really. Maybe meet to her, talk to her.
But come on. You know what you
But
said.
I don't know what I said on that. But that's what I'm saying. It's just talk to me.
Jeff, do you ever watch television?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Kill him, Chris. Kill him!
You ever watch Dateline NBC?
No.
No.
I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm a reporter for Dateline NBC. And we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens on the internet. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Fucking overkill. What is that, like 17? Like, what is that, 5? You really need 5 fucking different people to come out right here? Like, that's the thing. I never understood that. The sound quality is perfect as it is. It doesn't get any better when all the, like, sound equipment comes out. Like, look at this fucking boom mic right here. This guy's got the fucking, I don't know what you call it, but you know what I'm talking about. The fucking thing that propels sound, I guess. I don't fucking know what the hell how to describe it, but like it doesn't change it doesn't change the quality or anything. It's just for, is it just for show?
Nope.
If not, you're obviously free to walk out that door.
Okay, so that's it. Jeff Stacy, no fucking meltdown on the camera, no fucking Lauren Armstrong. Oh God. No fucking Dan Allen. I'm gonna shove that camera down your throat. None of that. Jeff Stacy, mellow as fucking hell. But then he's gonna get arrested, and that's when his meltdown is gonna begin. But yes, no. Jeff Stacy held his own. To his credit, he didn't really buckle that much. He stuck to his story, at least, about, hey, it's just online. The internet and real life are two different things. He stuck to that story. Credit to him. I mean, I don't like to give credit to the Predators because, I mean, they're fucking shitheads and dickheads and ass bags, as Vincent Nicotcher likes to say. So you don't want to give him credit, but at least he stuck to his story. He stuck to his guns. He didn't fucking bumble like an idiot and cry like fucking Lauren Armstrong, man, who cries over everything. And you can't see the cum stains on his shirt. It's unfortunate, the quality of this video. You can't see the cum stains on his shirt. He's got, on his sweater, whatever the fuck he's wearing, he's got white little stains on them. Nobody knows what the hell they are. I'm calling, like, best guess is that it's cum. So that's what I believe it is. But anyways, so that's basically it. He's going to walk out here. And whoops, has a little scuffle with the boom operator there, or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, that's it. That is Jeff Stacy. A look at Jeff Stacy. We got through it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to do his interrogation at one point or another. Also planning on doing Kenneth Brinkman at some point. His interrogation, probably not his confrontation with Chris Hansen, but his interrogation at some point. Maybe my favorite interrogation. Probably second favorite, actually. But yes, that's besides the point. That is it. So I'll see you guys next time.